Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. We are going to be telling fictional scary stories. Start with one per video and increase 2 more in each video. So let's not hold you any longer and get into it. 1. The Woman in the Birch Trees. In northern Maine, there's a cluster of old logging cabins that hikers sometimes rent in the fall. In 2019, a solo hiker named Evan booked Cabin 3, the farthest one from the main road. It sat alone in a ring of white birch trees, so dense the trunks almost overlapped like pale, twisted ribs. The first night was fine, quiet, cold. But on the second night, just after midnight, Evan woke to soft footsteps circling the cabin. Slow, deliberate, almost testing the boards of the porch, assuming it was a deer. He got up, peeked through the curtain, and froze. A woman stood between 2 birch trees about 40 feet away, long hair hanging past her face, arms limp at her sides, not moving, not even shifting her weight. Evan stepped back from the window, heart pounding. When he checked again, she was gone. He barricaded the door with a chair and stayed awake until morning. The next day, he hiked out early, leaving a note at the ranger kiosk, saying someone had been lurking outside his cabin. When the ranger read the note, he shook his head. "That's not possible," he told Evan. "No one's staying up there this week. And the birch ring around Cabin 3, it's about 10 feet deep. You'd know if someone was inside it." Evan insisted he'd seen the woman. The ranger finally sighed, like he'd heard this before. Cabin 3 was built on an old settler site, he said. Family vanished. Only thing left was the wife's shoes, found leaning against a birch tree. Tineade. "Most people who see her say she doesn't move like a person," Evan asked what he meant. The ranger shrugged. "She glides," he said, and when Evan looked back at the birch ring as he left, he noticed something he hadn't before. No footprints in the soft dirt, not even his own from the night before. Only 2 indentations, as if something very heavy had been standing still. 2. The motel room with 2 doors. In 1998, 2 college friends, Mila and Jordan, took a road trip across the Southwest. One night in Arizona, they pulled into a nearly empty roadside motel. The only room available was room 12, a long, narrow room with 2 doors, one to the parking lot, one to the desert outback. Weird, but functional. They went to sleep around 11 p.m. At 2:15 a.m., Mila woke to someone whispering outside the back door. A man's voice, low and strangely rhythmic, like he was quietly chanting. She shook Jordan awake. The whispering stopped. Jordan, half asleep, told her it was probably the wind and rolled over. At 3 a.m., the whispering started again. Louder. This time, Jordan heard it too. Jordan whispered, "Who is that?" They both stared at the back door. The whispering went silent again, followed by the click of the doorknob being tried. They scrambled, grabbed their stuff, and bolted out the front door to the car. As they pulled away, they saw the motel manager sprinting toward them, waving his arms. He stopped. He was pale and shaking. "What room were you in?" "Ask it." "Room 12, Jordan said. The manager covered his face with both hands. "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to put anyone in there. I thought I locked it." Confused, Mila asked, "Locked what?" The manager hesitated, then pointed toward the back of the motel. "That back door. It used to lead to another room. A man lived there." The manager paused, lowering his voice. "He killed a guest just walked through the shared door in the middle of the night. After the police took him, we sealed the connecting room. Mila blinked. The door to the desert. Both rooms were sealed and boarded years ago from the inside. Jordan shook his head. No, we saw it. It had a window. The manager slowly stepped aside and pointed. Room 12's back wall had no windows, no door, just solid stucco. Their car headlights lit it up clearly, but the two friends swear they heard whispering from a door that didn't exist. 3. The midnight bus passenger in 2004. A bus driver named Clarence worked the midnight route through rural West Virginia. His schedule was simple. Pick up passengers at 3 small towns, drop them off at the city terminal by dawn. But on one foggy October night, after leaving the second town, he noticed a woman sitting in the very back row. Pale skin, black dress, hands folded neatly in her lap. He hadn't seen her get on. He checked his list. Only 2 passengers were scheduled, and both were already seated near the front. At the next stop, Clarence asked his 2 listed riders, "Did either of you see someone board late?" Both shook their heads. When Clarence looked back, the woman was still there, perfectly still. "Ik got out, ma'am." Next stop, no response. Finally, he walked toward her, but as he reached the last row, the seat was empty. He rushed to the front. The entire bus was silent, except for the hum of the engine. He radioed dispatch. "I had a passenger disappear." The dispatcher replied, "You're on Route 217, right?" "Yeah." "Bah." A long pause. "Then, we get reports every few years on that route. Much. "Your description?" Clarence asked. "Who is she?" Another pause. "Back in the 60s, the dispatcher said quietly. "A woman was found on the roadside out there. She'd been waiting for the midnight bus. They think she tried to wave it down, but the driver didn't see her in time." Clarence felt cold. "She boards the bus now," the dispatcher said. "But she never stays long." Clarence finished the route with all the lights on, and at the terminal, as he checked the bus one last time, he found something on the back seat. A single wet footprint, as if someone had stepped there after standing barefoot in the road. Thanks to everyone who made it this far. I hope you enjoyed the video and the stories. Drop a like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this.